Greetings to you on this first part of week number 2 of our course, Missiology Contextualization. It's been a very rainy early morning here in central Oklahoma. As we begin week 2, I hope that the major takeaway for you from week 1 is the sense that outreach to the ends of the earth is not simply an optional add-on. It's not simply something Jesus thought of at the last minute. By the way, guys, listen. As you go in the world, be sure to take the gospel with you all the way to the islands of the sea and on beyond to the very far corners of the earth. I hope you begin to sense that this is something almost from the opening chapters of Genesis that is there. That is God's heart that all peoples would know him, his desire that his name would be praised within every people group on the face of the earth. Now, as we move into week number 2, we'll be looking at the historical expansion of the Church of Jesus Christ across the centuries. That is, how have God's people carried out this great commission? How have God's people carried out the mandate that he gave to Abraham through you and your descendants? All peoples on earth will be blessed. We'll be looking at historical stuff from the beginning days of the church, and perhaps even into some Old Testament stuff prior to that. Ralph Winter has an interest in that. We'll be looking at what has the church done? How is it expanded? And of course, along with that, there will be some sense of what there is yet to be done. The special assignment this week is to come up with a story. Tell us a story that you could envision using in a sermon. Not a sermon that would be necessarily world evangelism, but a sermon to illustrate faith or love or care for others or how to be faithful or in the midst of opposition or how to live out our lives in accordance with God's will for us, his plan for us. Mission stories can be used in all kinds of sermons and Bible studies and devotional times. And I think sprinkling those throughout the church's work of evangelism and discipleship will help believers understand that this idea of world missions is not reserved for just a few. It's not something that's optional for the church. It's not something that would be nice if we had time and resources to get involved in that in some way. So I want you to tell us a story. Don't tell us the point, because if you tell us the point, then you zero that particular illustration down to one usage. And any story of someone's life or an event can have a variety of ways in which it can be employed to illustrate spiritual truth. So no need to tell us the point. Just tell us the story. You may have to do a little bit of research to kind of flesh it out, to make it memorable. If you simply say, the story of William Carey shows us that, then that may not stick in people's mind. They may not even know who William Carey was. So be sure to tell us the story. Don't give us the point here, because we want to use this story in a variety of teaching and preaching materials. Well, I'm looking forward to this week together with you. If you have time, be sure and take a look at the extra little resources I've put there in the general discussion area. And of course, you can use that general discussion area to talk about other things that may be pertinent to the course, but somehow don't fit into one of the other discussion boards. Well, God bless you as we embark on this week number 2.